What's up, buddy?
Hello.
How are you?
Haven't seen you in a minute.
I've seen so much of you in the last 2 weeks. Feels like you never left.
It really feels like I left.
Oh, dude. I felt so bad for your travel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was very...
Dear listener, I had an Avery visit to my home. It was very special. We live on different coasts, and so it was very fun. We got a whole week to hang out and nerd out.
We got to share his 600 square foot apartment, which is over twice as big as his last apartment that I visited. So,
but you slept on the same couch.
Same, yeah, still sleeping on the couch, which was my choice.
Yeah.
But yes, I tried to leave New York and then sat for 8 hours in JFK. Then my flight was canceled at about 12:30 a.m. And then I spent a lovely night at a Best Western in Queens, and then flew out at 7 a.m. the next day.
It's pretty impressive. And you hit 4 boroughs in your trip to New York. You were very well-traveled.
Missed Staten Island, which I'm still kind of kicking myself about.
Yeah, we should have hit the Verrazano. We should have gone over there.
I know. People are always telling me how much I need to go to Staten Island.
Yeah. But it was a great trip. We got to see Goose.
Yes, and as promised, we got a little jam review at the end of this episode to capture that critical intersection of fantasy and jam fans.
Yeah, you'll see it in the section headers of this episode. It'll be right after a 21-minute tumble break, and then we'll get into the actual...
Yeah, maybe we'll just play the song that kind of single-handedly ruined the show for us, and so you guys can get a flavor. I don't know what the copyright thing is with that, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Okay. Do we want to talk a little Monster Train 2 before we get into Cute Mice?
Yeah, I think it's awesome. It's been a great year for games for us. I feel like I've really rediscovered my passion, primarily through having a Steam Deck for the first time, so I can play laying down anywhere in my home.
All 600 square feet are now gameable.
It's incredible. The amount of room that opens up with that flexibility is massive. But there's been, Blueprints. There's been Expedition 33. Some of the best games of the year. And then, maybe Game of the Year, Monster Train 2.
I wouldn't have thought that this game with art that looks like on a free game that steals your money and has a butt rock soundtrack would be my gaming obsession of the year. But
we played 3 hours of Monster Train a day with a busy schedule.
Every moment that we were not working, we were playing Monster Train or golfing.
We were either golfing at a 5-hour concert, working, or playing Monster Train. I got incredibly far in that game.
I did, and then I went on a quest to win a run with the worst faction in the game.
Eka.
And that took me like a week to do, which shouldn't have taken that long, but I'm not very smart, and I can't forecast things very well. I'd be a very bad chess player. So it was a struggle.
Yeah. But that was a fantastic game. It's a good game when you just dream about it for a couple nights after you've played it. And you're just thinking about synergies.
You're just thinking about being a demon, teaming up with angels, fighting in hell.
You're thinking about muting the game because the sounds are so bad.
God. There really needs to be a mod where I can just insert Plantasia or something nice instead of that horrible butt rock.
The Persona 3 soundtrack instead of Monster Train.
Was that
3.
your way of segueing into your journey through Persona 3?
Yeah, it's incredible, man.
How's high school?
I love JRPGs. I gotta say it loud and proud.
You put me on blast a couple episodes ago for enjoying JRPGs, and here you are, going to high school.
It's so fun, man. You go to high school, you study, you solve crimes.
You help one of your fellow students hook up with the teacher.
Yeah. You get catfished online by another teacher.
Spoiler! Oh no!
Whoa.
You help a shady businessman. I don't even know what the fuck you help him do.
Yeah, you drink with a monk.
You're just a sounding board for the shady businessman trying to figure out if he's actually a bad guy.
The cops sell you weapons in the back room.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Dude, there is nobody less responsible than an adult in a Persona franchise game.
No. I guess the children take the role of the adults and the adults take the role of children. So it's sort of the same proportion of responsible people, but it's all flipped.
There is one character that I think you'll like when you play Persona 5, and he's been called the Bernie Sanders of Japanese video games. And he's a politician. He's the best adult in all the games.
90% of the EXP is going to 1% of the party members. I've been dying to get my Bernie impression on the pod.
Really
thank
good.
you for giving me a platform. It's just that joke every time.
If there's anything we've done for ourselves, it's give ourselves a platform to do the dumbest things that we want to say.
Yeah. Speaking of Bernie, you guys got a kind of a young Bernie, possible mayor of New York.
I mean, as someone who stack ranked Scott Stringer 5 times at the same ballot, I'm pretty disappointed, but
yeah. The Stringer Hive did not show up in force.
The string cheese incident.
Don't speak of that which you do not know. You go to one jam show, start talking about the string cheese.
Oh, I forgot to tell you, I told Jam Boss about our Peter from Goose sighting.
Yeah.
And he was very excited, and he told me a similar story about seeing Trey.
No fucking way.
Yeah. Walking with a CVS bag full of toilet paper on the Upper West Side.
I knew it. I knew he's a normal guy.
He's a normal guy.
Yeah, we had this is a story truly no one will care about. Yeah. But Travis and I went to this Goose show, and we saw a member of the band like the next day at a restaurant. I traveled to Denver where Fish was playing, and staying at my hotel, the bass player of Fish.
Really?
Wait, did I not tell you that?
No, you didn't tell me that.
Yeah, I went down to get coffee in the lobby, and fucking Mike Gordon was just sitting there drinking a lemon water.
Did you actually say hi to him?
I was wearing a Fish shirt, too. I was like,
Wow.
This is like a little lame of me. Can't play it cool. I did not say anything because I wanted him to play well that night. Okay. Didn't want to distract him.
Okay, yeah, because I think you would have. You would have ruined his day.
Very pale legs.
That's the least surprising thing I've heard.
Yeah, he's a bass player from Vermont. He's like 60 years old.
Yeah, I actually can picture like Jam fan legs. It's like just the white, hairy legs with cargo shorts.
Yeah, cargo shorts, Dickies long shorts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the problem is like, I feel like as a society, we've generally agreed you don't wear shorts past the age of 35, 40 at least.
Well, it's societally, we're getting to a point where it's like you don't wear shorts below your knees also.
Yeah, 5-inch inseam gang.
Yeah.
Jam fans have not gotten the memo.
No, it's because they're doing too many balloons.
Yeah.
They get no memos.
Ice cold fatties. Or,
Please write in with
your
your opinions on jam bands.
Yeah. If you happen to enjoy Redwall and Fish, just reach out. I want to know if any of you exist who are not me.
Also, speaking of fans, giving a fan shout out, which I hope we do more of because our little tight knit community has been very encouraging of what we're doing. So I'm giving a shout out to who wrote us a really nice email. Shout out. Hope you're doing well, buddy.
I'm going to bleep that name out of respect for the listener. But so whatever. If you feel like that message was for you, then it was.
You'll know. You'll know.
Despite Travis's best efforts to dox someone on our podcast.
He lives at 645 Suncrest Lura.
SSN 344 dash. Okay.
His password is Hunter2.
Should we talk about some brave and sexy mice?
Yeah, by the way, we're talking about Redwall. We never actually said what we're here for.
That's in the title.
Okay, yeah. Well, actually, it's all the chapters. So, if that's
Today we are covering Fish, Persona 3, Redwall, and shorts.
Woohoo! But it's a tradition. You know, we haven't recorded that many episodes, so it's bold of us to say there's a tradition. But when we've read a lot of a series, we like to take a little break to reset the senses, reset the appetite as a little palate cleanser. And we'll do a one-off book, kind of usually a forgotten book from fantasy or science fiction, or like Redwall, our childhoods. And it's pretty fun. It's nice to read like a kind of bite-sized length novel every once in a while.
We've been reading the Sun Eater series by Christopher Rocchio, and I feel like I've been on some sort of Catholic classics obsessed bender for the past 3 months because I somehow ended up reading both of those books twice, which was not fun.
Yeah, that's too much, Adrian.
Though those books are good, reading them each twice back to back is not good.
Yeah, but it's exciting because for book 3, it's a full clean slate for both of us. So we'll be crushing Demon in White.
Renewed
week,
enthusiasm, yes. Yeah. But anyways, Redwall. So normally we write a summary and we play some very nice Daft Punk in the back, but we didn't do that today. And I think we're just going to try to sort of do it off the dome, and I'm going to patch in the Daft Punk anyways. And here we go.
Should we do it in a rhythmic scale?
Rhythmic scale?
Like iambic pentameter?
Oh. Sonnet?
Yeah.
Okay, 12
there
syllables.
There once was a mouse named Matthias.
Okay. Do you want to start this off? Just kick it to me whenever you feel like you're out of gas.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, summary of Redwall by Brian Jacques, 3, 2, 1.
Enter scene. Beautiful, picturesque, small little abbey full of the nicest rodents you've ever met. We have Redwall Abbey. It's full of mice. It's full of, what, like otters?
I feel like you're retreading some ground here. All right,
I'm having a great time.
I thought we were going to try to keep this short.
It is short.
This is longer than the intro of the book.
I'm setting the scene. Anyway, It's a bunch of nice mice that never bothered anybody. And then a big old dumb Portuguese searat.
Portuguese.
named Clooney.
The Scourge.
Clooney the Scourge comes in with a 500 rat army to try to take over Redwall Abbey.
Why? I don't know. That's what he does.
I don't know. We never actually find out. He's just a dick.
Okay, I'll take it over.
Your turn.
The story follows the exploits of a young, brave, occasionally clumsy mouse named Matthias, who, for some reason that maybe we'll discuss later, is destined to become the hero of Redwall. He's never fought before, but that's okay, because the mystical spirit of Martin the Warrior lives in the walls of Redwall. After some real happenstance, they discover that the sword, the mythical sword and maybe magical sword of Martin the Warrior, has gone missing, and Matthias goes on a quest to recover it and save the Abbey from Clooney the Scourge. Kick to Travis.
Yes, meanwhile, the Abbey is under siege. The fearless inhabitants start training like crazy. They come up with all sorts of plans to counter the evil rats. And there's a little bit of a side quest where we get some action with some feisty little foxes. And we get a little bit of it's not subtle. And we get a budding romance between Cornflower, total hottie, and Matthias, the hero of our story.
And eventually, in a surprise plot twist, Matthias finds the sword, which is held by a very frightening Medusa snake called Asmodeus. And he slays the snake and returns to the Abbey just in time to save the day and kill Clooney the Scourge, avoid life as a monk, and become the warrior mouse of Redwall.
It's pretty incredible. Yeah.
There you go.
Great. I mean, it's not an overly complicated plot. We don't really have to go.
That's why we didn't write the summary. Like, what would we actually say? I don't know. It's
there are
like
some
a very
pretty incredible
classic tale.
Side quests that Matthias goes on, and some really incredible side characters, which we'll get into. But I guess, overall, how was this nostalgia trip for you? Because I remember this from my childhood fondly.
Yeah, I was going to ask, like, how much of Redwall did you read as a kid? Like, what are your memories of this series?
Yeah, so I remember reading at least like 5 or 6 books. Like I had them, proudly on the bookshelf. I don't remember actually a whole lot from it. Like I roughly remembered some of the characters as we went along in this book, but I remember a lot of like battling and like surprising violence for a children's book. But I definitely remember them really fondly. I would say it was one of my favorite series, up there with like Hank the Cowdog as a kid.
Yeah. Another series with as we've learned, some racial insensitivities.
No, there. Yeah, please do not judge my 1997 self for reading Hank the Cowdog.
Yeah, I mean, we grew up in Texas. We didn't have a chance at that age. But look at us now.
Yeah, we're woke.
We're nice. I've alluded to this many times on the show, but quite a religious upbringing for your boy. So Harry Potter, due to its demonic subtext and the fact that magic is real and can be practiced, was strictly banned in our house. But lovable warrior mice, okay. So I wanted to read fantasy, and this was kind of the closest thing that I could get. So this was really like a big series for me. I think I read like the first 10 or 12 before I hit the age when I was too cool and macho for the humble warrior mice. And big one was that I think it was when you're around like 10, 11, 12, you would not really be allowed to go to kids' church anymore, where we would chill and watch Aristocats and just kind of do whatever. And you had to go to the real church where they asked you for money and made you feel bad. But at that age, my parents knew that I wasn't into that, and they would let me read. And I remember hauling in like the full-ass hardcover of the Redwall books into church. And at that age, I was like, again, like very macho kind of Sigma guy that I am. I was a bit embarrassed about the cover art because I was like, I know that these books are badass and are filled with blood and guts.
But it's a tiny little mouse and a frog.
People are looking at the cover and there's an otter with a pearl earring carrying a sling, and people are thinking I'm lame, and I'm not. Which is very funny because now the number one selling point is cute mice.
Yeah.
We've really come around.
Yeah, we've accepted who we are.
Yeah, if you took this and just put like ordinary men in it, I simply could not be less interested.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually think that's really special. That's a cool place in your heart and your backstory and the lore of Avery.
How fucking weird would this book be if it were just people?
It would suck. And also, okay, you had a really fun fact about the author and why he wrote it. That makes me appreciate the books even more.
Yeah, Brian Jacques, based on Wikipedia. Sweet man alert.
Aww.
Not surprising given the books. Apparently he was some sort of delivery man, maybe even a milkman. Hello. And on his route was a school for the blind, and he ended up volunteering there and reading to the kids, and he felt like the books he was reading just like weren't up to snuff, and he tried his hand at writing anyways. So he's like, I don't know, I'm going to try to write something a little better for these kids. And apparently that's where you get a lot of this like descriptive style, is he wanted to give like these blind kids a little bit more to sort of chew on visually. So that's why it's a bit more descriptive than you might get in other children's literature. It's very sweet. What a good guy.
Sweet. Yeah, it made me happy that we got a chance to read it. All of the things. The book itself, its place in our lives, its place in the world. Just a good book, you know?
Gone too soon. Rest in peace, Brian Jacques.
I know.
I got to say, I have a soft spot for like any author when I look them up and their job before becoming an author was not like banker or lawyer or whatever. It's like when you look up Robin Hobb and her jobs were like being a fishwife and a waitress in Alaska. I'm like, fuck yes. Like this lady lived a life.
Right.
And Brian Jacques very much has the same thing going on. It just feels, I don't know. It's like, it's probably not present in the text itself, but I always feel like there's some lived experience that you just can't fake, if you've actually kind of struggled and done something a little different in your life.
Yeah, I was actually going to draw I think it's an interesting point. I was going to, not to get too literary here, but drawing a line to like Susanna Clark and Piranesi and the lived experience of being like kind of trapped in your own body and mind and stuff and like confused and yeah, I don't know. There's something cool about writing from a lived experience standpoint.
Yeah. And that's why like more literary fiction that's all written by Ivy League grads is about college students and professors and semiotics or whatever. Because they really got nothing going on. No struggles of which to speak. So they become interested in language.
Oh, incredible.
And with that, I got to respond to an email.
Nice. Good pause. Good natural
Thank you.
pause.
Man, what a fucking bummer I am.
Why are you a bummer?
Just taking emails mid-pod.
That's fine. I don't care.
Are you drinking whiskey?
Drinking wine.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was a Peroni and pizza night with my lady friends.
I'm drinking some iced tea.
As I shouldn't be drinking. I really wanted to drink less this month than you came to town, and I've drank like every night but 2 this month.
I feel like I didn't drink in New York. I think I was just you.
I mean, it wasn't crazy, but I think what I'm like discovering, I just don't love the like 2 drinks a night thing, but it just keeps happening, you know?
I'm pretty good at ducking it, though I've had phases.
I mean, we had Guinness night at 4th Ave Pub. I was doing
that was so good. What a great bar.
It was so good. But that's what I mean. It's been a lot of those. Like I had a crispy Peroni today after work with some friends, you know?
Okay. We were talking about the banker theory of no lived experience before I had to drop for a minute to send an email. And now we're back.
And now we're just picking our favorite parts of Redwall. It's going to be fun. We got a whole freewheeling agenda in front of us.
So
almost
freewheeling.
Like a jam band.
Look at us improvising. Okay, yeah. Here's where I want to start.
Oh, hit me.
Redwall. Ahead of its time, my friend. It is for such a I mean, the series sold so many fucking books, and it's crazy how relevant it still is and how much people still love this world. Like, I was thinking just even in, like, the recent past stuff that I've engaged with, like, Magic released an entire card set that was effectively Redwall. They didn't license it, but, like, there was a whole Magic the Gathering set that was Redwall. That board game Everdell that I love is 100% ripped off of Redwall. Ripped off, that sounds bad, but you know what I mean. Root, which I've been trying to get you to play, Redwall, and just like it goes on. Like people love the warrior mice, and it really does feel like it starts here. It's kind of amazing.
I mean, it's really cool. It makes sense to me. It's really easy to root for the characters. Like I was texting you about it. Like they instantly come in with charisma and unique identities, and these like, I don't know, it doesn't try too hard, and it's not trying to be too funny or clever, but pretty much everybody is instantly likable, and they have kind of a unique lane of personality within the book. So you're just like fascinated by these new characters, and then the world is really cool and visual. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it's nice.
It is crazy. Like, this is the first book, and he just comes in so quickly with these like really well-defined like different personalities for the different Redentia. Yeah. Like, that's obviously what I remember is like the rabbit saying what, and the moles having some completely incomprehensible, like the Highland speak or whatever they're supposed to be. Yeah. And that's like all here in the first book. It's crazy how like quickly developed that was, and like it just immediately became a staple of the series.
I think it's almost like it feels way more visual of a read than most things that I'm used to. Like I don't know. You really get a sense that you're almost like watching an anime or a movie or something as you read it. Like,
man, Redwall anime would be crazy.
Oh, it would be so good. It'd be so much fun. And then I think the last
mouse breathing, fourth form.
Oh my God. I can't wait to see Clooney just fucking toothed out.
Oh my God.
But I think the other piece that's nice is it doesn't shy away from like pretty simple universal themes of like bravery and curiosity and kindness. And like in most other books, like imagine if there were Hadrianisms of the abbot giving inspirational speeches to people, we'd like roll our eyes. But
you don't want the ship of Theseus in Redwall?
Yeah. But he lays it out there very clearly. And it's, I don't know, you really root for the moralistic victories.
It is like the bell curve meme where like the smart person and the stupid person are saying the same thing. And that sort of feels like storytelling where it's just like bad and good stories are about the power of friendship.
Right.
And then the ones that are in the middle are like about whatever the fuck I was making fun of about Ivy League educated writers.
Yeah. Sometimes it takes Robin Hobb 100 or 1,100 pages to hit a point, and sometimes it takes the Cat in the Hat 5 pages to do it. Like, neither one is right.
On Robin Hobb?
No, I'm not. I'm saying on the bell curve.
Oh, I thought you were putting her in the middle of
No, I'm putting them on. I'm putting on either.
see uninteresting. I was like, how dare you?
It's like both make me feel good about friendship in many different hours.
Just series about loving animals.
Yeah,
The Farseer trilogy and Redwall.
totally.
Shout out all those dogs and Robin Hobb. Okay.
Shout out Where the Red
So
Fern
we
Grows.
talked about that, and then we can talk about the actual book. And
Yeah.
I will say, in probably the first 30 pages, there's some of the weirdest and most confusing world building in the whole book. And I don't know why it didn't get edited out, but like, first of all, why is Clooney Portuguese? And if he's Portuguese, where are we? Are we in England?
Who knows where we are?
Where are we? Definitely not. That's my question. Where is Redwall Abbey? Definitely not.
It's definitely not the U.S.
That was sort of my response, is like, I really can't see Redwall Abbey being in like the state of Kentucky.
Yeah, I think it's
Or New
I
York
think it's
City,
like
I guess.
Wales. I think it's like Wales or something.
Wales would be nice. Yeah,
You
a
know,
little
it's like
greener.
lush highlands,
Yeah,
some forests, a lot of woodland
be-
critters.
could be Ireland for sure.
Yeah, but I do think it's like UK bound. That's where I pinpointed it.
Yeah, it definitely has that feel, but it's very funny that the sovereign nation of Portugal does exist in this world.
Well, in naval terms, the British hated the Portuguese.
It's true, and it does say he was a seafaring rat at one point.
Yeah, so, you know,
So it all tracks.
it tracks out.
Okay.
But yeah, Clooney
Second-
comes in hot, dude. Also,
Yeah.
it's one of the sickest intros to a new villain character. Like, Clooney was
But
a
he's just-
god of war. Clooney was coming nearer. And a chapter
Yeah.
ends. I was like, oh my god.
He
This
does.
is hype.
At first blush, I was like, so he just got an evil rat, huh? Like,
Yeah.
that's just kind of the deal. By the end of the book, I was like, I fucking love this evil rat. He doesn't need a backstory. He
No.
doesn't need motivations. He's just a sick freak, and
He
I'm in.
hates for hatred's sake, and he is good at what he does.
It was sort of making me reassess my feelings about villains, that they need to have like understandable motivations. I was like, some people just kind of suck and want to be in control, and maybe he's just one of those guys. Like,
This dude just wants to
unfortunately, those
pillage.
people do exist, man.
Yeah.
Um,
But yeah, the world building is fascinating. I've seen a lot of like comments about what are the actual dimensions of things in this book. That is an area of concern.
are we gonna? Okay, let's talk about horses.
There's like a horse-drawn carriage with a hay bale full of 500 rats. Where are the
Yeah,
horses?
there's Mad Rat Fury Road is how Clooney comes in, and he's on a horse-drawn cart. I'm pretty firmly of the opinion that there are only critters in this world, and the horse is like the same size to those mice as a normal horse is to us.
Maybe it's like a Shetland pony.
Even then, it would be about 10 billion times the size of a rat.
No, but that would actually check out. If 500 rats in a cart, that's a lot of rats.
That is a rat, but one of them jumps on the horse and like rides it and does stuff to it.
Yeah, but if you got bit by something, even if you were big, it would piss you off.
I mean, I'm pretty tough. I don't think it would bother me at all.
Oh my god.
All right, next episode we get a live rat to bite both of us and see who bleeds the most.
See who yells the softest.
Listener, send us a rat.
Not a Portuguese rat, though.
Okay, another world building question I got for you. What does this abbey do? And are these mice religious?
Yes, they're clearly religious.
Are they? What's their religion?
Light Christianity.
Is there a Jesus mouse?
I mean, it's a little bit of reincarnation of Jesus Martin through Matthias, but you know.
Yeah, there's some mystical shit going on. But
Yeah.
I just like,
But
I mean, obviously like an
monks.
abbey is like a religious conclave,
Yeah,
but
and Matthias was going to become part of the monastery. He was in the religious order.
yeah. I'm not even complaining about the lack of detail. I'm just dying to know what the fuck is going on and whether they have a practicing religion with a mouse god.
I would like to know. I'm gonna do a quick Google. What do mice in Redwall worship?
That's a great ChatGPT question.
They do
gotta come
not
up with
worship a
Martin the Warrior.
god. Instead, their spiritual focus is on Martin the Warrior. Okay, well,
Oh, okay. Oh, does that mean Matthias is now going to become a sort of a Paul Atreides cult leader among the mice of Redwall?
I mean, yes.
Well, I'm in. He seems like a good guy, and I would follow him to the end.
Yeah, I would too. Um, Another thing that jumps out pretty quickly in this read is that it's incredibly violent for a kid's book.
I was getting real whiplash going from hedgehogs eating pie to people getting their guts ripped out.
Can I read you two back-to-back quotes from the same 2 pages? First one. Only last evening I saw you playing Catch the Bulrush with that young harvest mouse. Hilarious, by the way. Same
Yes.
section. Skullface had time for just one agonized scream before he fell. He lay in a red mist of death, the life ebbing from his broken body.
Jesus Christ. Oh, man. It's so funny that, like, as a kid, I was surviving the feast scenes to get to the red mist of death.
Right? You're like, I don't want to read about this
And now I'm
boring
like,
feast.
oh.
I'm like, tell
Can
me
we
more
just have
about
all feasts?
Yeah, just feasts and flirting with cornflower.
God, okay. That's actually the next question I have written down, which is, why is cornflower so hot, and is she the hottest mouse in fiction?
I think she has to be. Besides Minnie.
I mean, yeah, Benny's got it going on. Who am I? Who am I to sit here and tell you she doesn't have it going on?
Right. But yeah, verbatim note here. Cornflower could get it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we were picking up what he's putting down.
Mm-hmm.
And even Mr. Basil Stagg Hare remarks on the beauty of that young field mouse.
Oh, I was going to talk about what a charmer Mr. Basil is.
I think Basil's an old creep.
You think he is a bit
That's
of a,
sort
he's
of
a
what
bit of a lech. Yeah.
That's one of the things that I was loving about the books is, like, as a kid, I'm like, look at these funny rabbits who love to eat so much. I'm like, oh, these are dirty old men.
Yeah. And Basil's kind
and
of a piece
like
of
Ambrose
shit.
Spike is like an alcoholic.
Yeah.
It's got this like layer of charm. He's like, oh, that man loves his nut brown ale.
The one thing that...
Hold on, I gotta take a call.
Okay.
What were we talking about before fucking my day got ruined?
Well, I was going to say the one thing that pisses me off the most about Basil Stagg and the alcoholic big spiky boy,
Ambrose Spike.
is that, like, they're bad guests, man. They never stop eating. They want to raid your liquor cabinet. Like, they're the worst kind of people to have over.
They're taking advantage of the hospitality of the Redwall mice.
And it's endless. It is endless hospitality. It's a great place to visit.
That is like the number one thing where if you replace the mice with people, it would seem truly bizarre.
Yeah. But here
This
it just
is-
checks out. It's part of their nature.
Yeah. I guess some of the critters just are fundamentally good or bad
Yeah.
or lecherous.
It's true. It's true. But yeah, I don't know. Which characters should we talk about? Which side quest of Matthias is interesting?
Should we just start with Matthias?
Yeah, what a goober, man. We kind of open up to him just tripping over his flip-flops.
He spills a basket of hazelnuts, and then 4 pages later, he's the hero of Redwall.
It's incredible. What a come up.
It's weird, dude. It feels like you can feel Brian Jacques finding his footing as the story goes.
Yeah. It's almost like
like
he
this
started
was-
writing it and had no idea where it was going to go. And then he comes up with a sick quest,
Yeah, and like got better at writing as he like figured out how to do it.
which could very reasonably be how this was written.
Yeah, it's the 80s, man. It's fast and loose. Michael Moorcock was writing about whale meat.
Yeah. But, dude, Matthias, he has so many bumbling adventures. Like, it's the classic. It's almost a little Hadrian. I hate bringing that up, but it's stuck in my mind. Where he has, like, terrible plans, but they always work out.
Yeah, he's so brave. It's just, his bravery S-Link is maxed.
Yeah. He's like, I'm going to go rescue the tapestry. And then he, like, gets in a fight and falls asleep in a field while Redwall's under attack.
That was really funny. Man, talk about something I did not understand. So Clooney, I think just like out of, well, it wasn't purely out of spite, but it's a little bit out of spite. It has what is definitely an Asian ferret sneak into the abbey and steal the portrait of Martin the Warrior, or the tapestry of Martin the Warrior.
It was like the spirit animal of all the animals.
Yeah, he appears and inhabits your dreams and tells you you're the chosen mouse. And Matthias decides he needs to get it back. Not really because of its spiritual qualities, but because he's like, well, that's ours. Yeah. We should have it. So he risks life and limb to go get the tapestry.
It's adorable. The lengths they go to rescue this small piece of cloth.
Yeah. I guess it's a priceless artifact.
I also like, because usually in these stories, it makes sense that Matthias is getting like inspired in his dreams by the hero of the story. But I kind of love that Martin is just haunting Clooney's dreams.
Yes.
Just miserable insomnia because this guy keeps killing him in his dreams, basically.
Yeah. Martin hates the Portuguese. If there's one thing to know about Mouse Christ,
Really does.
they are not the chosen ones.
Yeah. A couple of the things that I really liked. The political debate of the members of the Abbey is so refreshing.
Yeah.
One person has an opinion, another person presents a valid counter argument, and they're just like, hey, that's a really great point you brought up. Let's do that.
Yeah.
And then you move forward.
And sweet Abbot Mortimer has so much faith in his people.
God, he's such a good leader.
He really is.
It was funny on this reread, I kind of thought he would be like more taken unawares by the attack, but he kind of instantly goes into war leader mode.
Yeah. For a group of mice who apparently have like lived through a real generation of peace, they're kind of ready to throw hands.
They're ready to rock.
I loved. I hadn't realized how much this was just kind of the plot of Home Alone.
A little bit. They're just coming up with zany ways to, counteract the burglars.
Traps. Yeah. At one point, Clooney decides he's going to try to get into the Abbey by bringing a large plank into a tree that is near the wall, and then propping it up on a limb and walking across it. Unfortunately, foiled by someone kicking the plank out.
Yeah. It's funny because it is Home Alone. It's like this zany little way to mess up someone's day, but then there's just like brutal death that comes out of it.
Yeah, it's funny. It's like they kicked out the plank, and I was like, oh, he fell and broke all of his limbs, and 20 people died.
Or there's the one where the random other rat puts the suit of armor on that Clooney wears, and then he gets shot by like the biggest crossbow bolt that's ever been.
Oh yeah, which they made out of like a table and a broom or something. That guy got harpooned.
That's crazy.
It turns into like the Spinal Tap drummer who keeps dying at some point, because like every second in command of Clooney is like doomed to be killed in the next 5 pages.
Oh yeah, it's brutal. And you just know it's coming. And they're also scared of him. He's such a scary dude.
He really is. He you know what I did like the development of Clooney. I thought he was just a sick fuck in the first couple pages, which he is, but he's also a bit of a schemer. I felt like that was a very enjoyable development. Not just that he was like a brute, but he's quite crafty.
Yeah, it would have been a bummer if he just kept like brute forcing the front gate for like 200 pages, but
yeah,
he comes up with every possible scheme. It's really creative.
Yeah, and there's a very fun sequence where after he falls off of that plank into the ground, he's quite badly wounded. So they got to call in the Gypsy Fox witch healer.
Yeah, it didn't make me feel great about the fox representation. There's
one line that was crossed. It wasn't the Asian ferret ninja. It was the Gypsy Foxes. Oh man, it was the 80s, man.
Yeah, they're trying to double cross everyone, and they suck. The foxes suck.
The foxes really suck. I wanted to like them because they do have so much pizzazz and flair, but no, they're just bad. They are just kind of evil tricksters, really only looking out for themselves.
Isn't it interesting? Yeah, it's interesting that he chooses to write some irredeemable characters. Like, it's back to your point about these like villains that you want to somehow empathize with. Like, there's Clooney, and then also like Clooney at some point you're a little empathetic when he's like getting haunted in his dreams, but not really. But then the foxes are just horrible. They kill the like nicest old man in the Abbey.
I really couldn't believe that he died so unceremoniously. Yeah. Was his name Methuselah? Or am I just making up names again?
Methuselah or something like that.
Yeah, that was, I'm just not really sure what that did for the plot.
It made me sad.
Not that it needs to do anything, but it's like the fox kills this sweet, sweet old mouse, but then the fox gets killed 4 seconds later.
Yeah.
And I just don't quite get it.
I think the one thing, it almost felt like it was teeing up a part of the story where they're like, should we be kind and hospitable after we were spat on, But then it almost feels like I got cut out of the book because they just keep being just as nice and hospitable as ever.
Yeah.
Which also almost screws them over at the end.
Yeah. It does it doesn't quite go into this, but you can sort of feel a little bit of the Fox and the Hound morality in this, which that really fucked me up as an adult, realizing that the takeaway from Fox and the Hound is some people are fundamentally different and can't be friends. Feels racist.
It feels wrong.
Feels bad. How is that the movie?
I know, man. But it's
I loved
good.
that movie.
I don't know. It's impressive that a book this small and for children makes us feel big things.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Did it? I don't know. Maybe feel something.
Maybe feel something. Maybe feel alive for 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's true.
But let's see. Another crazy saga of Matthias is climbing to the roof of the Abbey to become one with the Sparrow.
I was having a hard time suspending my disbelief about there being completely separate cultures in the same abbey. Though we've never interacted with these people who live on our roof and want to kill us. Yeah. Like they're on the roof and they can fly. I don't know.
It was pretty wild. It was. I kind of like the little Sparrow family, Warbeak, the saga of friendship.
That was now. See, talk about the power of friendship. I feel like that's really where it all came together. Yeah. Matthias's willingness to, I guess Matthias did also tie a brick to Warbeak's leg and kind of bonk her around. But I mean, what else are you gonna do?
He dangled her off the edge of the roof.
Okay, but Warbeak, I remember there's when they first start their climb, the moment Matthias turns his back on Warbeak, he's like, I'm gonna kill you, idiot.
I kind of love it. It's like the message is, you got to set a firm boundary, have a firm hand. You'll be friends. It'll be great. Another fantastic side quest is the Shrew Gorilla Union.
They are fantastic, and much as I want to tell myself that I would be part of the Shrew Gorilla Union, I simply would not be.
Oh God,
if I were in this world.
They get nothing done.
Log-a-log.
You think Brian likes unions? Hell no.
Yeah, he's a union guy. He used to be a milkman.
He's not a union. He's poking fun at how they just fight over voting with a talking stick and can't actually get anything done.
God damn it! Don't make that point.
It is funny though. They're such a funny character. You wouldn't be in the union because I know exactly what character you would be.
Cheese thief?
Nope. Marmalade the cat.
My God, a friendship between owls and cats. That thawed my cold heart out.
A vegetarian dapper cat.
Yes. Oh my God, I love that he's vegetarian. That's fantastic.
He
gave up red meat.
He gave up red meat. He still eats the fish, but they don't have souls in Redwall somehow.
No, they don't.
Yeah, fun fact. They just get hunted mercilessly.
Yeah, I don't get why bees have more personhood than fish.
Yeah. We're not getting into it. Marmalade the cat, the line that sold it for me of this is the Avery of the book, just in a random conversation in a barn. What would you know about loneliness and trying to preserve one's standards in a decaying world?
Holy shit.
What a hard line.
Oh my God, Marmalade, you're dropping bars.
Bars.
I also wanted to...
Actually, his name is what? It's Marmalade, full name Squire Julian Gingervier, I think, or something like that. Yeah.
Yes.
Incredible.
Why do they have a barn?
That's actually a good question. A barn implies
do they live in a human? Or no, they could have a barn. If their farmer if he's a farmer cat. He does not have a farmer cat kind of vibe.
Who built the abbey that high?
Martin the Warrior. I don't fucking know.
No, let's not. We can't think about it too hard.
Well, there's a quarry in which lives an evil snake. So I think the mice built the abbey.
Yes.
A
pretty
note.
Ultra villain. Just putting that out there.
Quick note on previous villain. I listened to a decent amount of this audiobook, and it was a full cast production. So the prose was read by none other than Brian Jacques himself. Incredible voice. But they had actors playing the characters, and the voice for Clooney is one of the most grating things I have heard in my life. The actor screamed every line in what was definitely not a Portuguese accent, but was something. And the audio was clipping the entire time. It felt like the fucking bass boosted version of All Star from Shrek. It was like, wow, like every line. Holy fuck, it was bad.
That's
I
horrible.
It was really bad. And then they give Matthias this really high, like almost anime boy voice.
No.
Like, I'm going to save the Abbey.
I hate that.
It was really tough. It's cool that they tried to do the whole cast thing.
Yeah.
But it would just go from Brian Jake's like sweet, soothing voice to I'm Clooney.
Dude, that sounds so much worse. I had such a relaxing time reading this book.
Oh my god. It was horrible.
No.
Okay, so the humble reader, if you're listening to Redwall on Spotify, don't listen to the full cast recording unless you enjoy the sound of a digital audio interface clipping.
Oh, that's so funny. Wow. That made me happy.
Yeah, that was fun.
I enjoy it.
Okay.
Schadenfreude there. Enjoy your
Hiss. Are we talking snakes?
Yeah, what a great side villain. He's not even the main villain, and he's awesome.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Dude, he was truly frightening.
He's a big-ass adder that freezes you with his eyeballs and eats whatever he wants.
Oh, my God. Yeah, and the way they wove him in was so great because you get these short cut scenes where he just murks one of the rats and then disappears. And there's a little bit where I didn't quite know how he's going to play into the story. And then when you find out, like, oh, fuck, this is the guy who has the sword.
Yeah. It's the dragon
That's the
lair,
big boss.
You know?
That's the true final boss.
Also, the best part is not Martin. Wow, what a Freudian slip. Matthias does.
I am that is.
Yes, I am that is. Does sneak in and steal the sword, and then the Shrew Guerrilla Union ruins it and dies.
That's really unfortunate.
He just comes in screaming.
Yeah. What do you expect from Logalog?
Pumpkin best. Logalog's up there. Silent Sam and Jess the Squirrel, two of my favorite characters. You didn't like Silent Sam?
Yeah, it was
as much
very
as me.
cool. Like, even in the 80s, it feels like very ahead of its time to have like an autistic baby squirrel who's nonverbal.
He talks at the end. Yeah.
Well, his autism was cured.
Yeah. By Martin.
Okay, maybe it is the 80s.
It's
What else?
the
let's
scene.
talk about the I was going to talk. We totally blazed past a Redwall classic, The Riddle.
Yes.
I think it's a feature of like basically every book, as I recall. And we talked about this offline. I was surprised by how quickly they solved the riddle. I thought that was kind of going to be the quest, was like they figure out one line every once in a while, and then that sort of is how they get the sword. But they actually cracked it like in a couple chapters, and then much questing after that.
Yeah, which on reflection I think was the right way to do it, because you also kind of get this buddy comedy scene with Methuselah and Matthias.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
It's so wholesome. Just old guy, young guy energy, just having a fucking blast. Everyone's like, what are these guys doing? And they're having the time of their life.
No idea that one of them was about to get bonked on the head by a gypsy fox in 10 chapters and die.
Yeah, but that was fun.
Yeah.
I thought it was a clever riddle, and the I am that is good.
Yeah, very cool.
I know. It was
A
nice.
chosen one.
Yeah. Very chosen one.
Look how far he's come.
He comes really far. He also has an incredibly badass fight against Asmodeus in the quarry.
I was really surprised by like how epic and engaging the whole final sequence was.
It was
And it
hype.
just felt like also wonderfully timed out too. Like he gets the sword just in time, and then surprise, the sparrows are there, and it all comes together so nicely.
I know, and they've just like invaded the abbey and tricked their way in, and they're finally going to start pillaging and executing people. It's awesome. And he comes charging in with his army, duels the shit out of Clooney.
Drops a bell on him.
Oh my god, that was awesome.
Oh.
Yeah, because it's a pretty wild fight. Like it's Princess Bride-esque in the duel, where it's just they're all over the castle, clanging.
Yeah. And as much as it felt weird that our little hazelnut flip-flop boy at the start was the chosen one, I felt like the quest was like long and epic enough that I was like, yeah, he kind of is a badass by the end.
The only problem I got legitimately mad at in that sequence is that while they're getting invaded, he's having a picnic with the shrews, like 100 miles away. And then they have to sprint for like 3 days straight. That part was a little funny.
It's the same mouse who forgot that he was on a quest and fell asleep in a field.
Yeah. The other badass part of the fight, because the last fight scene is truly awesome, the whole epic battle. But the abbot's death scene, that's a hard motherfucker.
Yeah, he's no joke, man.
Dies with dignity, and on the way out, Wingman of the Year, he marries Cornflower and Matthias without their consent.
Some people say wingman. Some people say he might have married off a mouse against her will.
But they're happy. They have lots of babies by the end.
I'm not going to listen. Clearly they were in love. We know this. I just feel like they should have made the decision.
Yeah.
They shouldn't have received an order from on high that Cornflower should be his loving wife.
Imagine getting it wrong. It kind of feels like the start of a Friday Beer skit.
Yeah.
Like your grandfather on his deathbed gives you the blessing to marry your platonic friend, and you have to figure out what to do about it.
Grandpa, no, I friend zoned her.
Yeah. We talked about this.
She's cute, right? Grandpa, you're blind. She would love you to the end of her days.
Yeah, but it was great.
Yeah.
11 out of 10.
I give it 5 out of 5 mice.
Yeah, 5 big
on my
bangs.
5 mice scale. Yeah.
It was interesting. You were sending some 1-star reviews in the group chat of Redwall.
Listen, it's a beloved series, but it's not beloved by everyone.
No.
And some people have found a few issues with it. So I was deep in the dregs of Goodreads trying to find some 1-star reviews, and I found some fantastic ones that I am attempting to locate right now, and I'm not having any luck. Okay, editing magic. We're gonna cut all this out.
This is gonna be a heavily edited episode.
Yeah, because I keep sending emails.
Also, I said some really dumb things that I want to take out.
When you doxed a listener.
I also made a weird autism joke that I would like to take out.
Oh, wait, did you? I made an autism joke and it's staying in.
No, I was like, fluoride in the water makes bad people or something like that. I literally spent all day with the mayor's office of accessibility.
Is this? Did I not send this to Alexis?
No, I think it's in the group chat with me, you, and Alexis.
I don't think so.
Let me see if I can find it.
Unless it's above the video of Diesel spinning. Okay. I got it.
Nice.
Okay. There's a 1-star review from a young person named Brian. January 2, 2015. It says, day after New Year's. A little hungover. I loved the Redwall series when I was young. When we'd go to visit my grandmother's house, I'd head to the library and grab a big pile of books, and the Redwall books always featured among them. I read quite a few of them, up to Lord Brocktree, I think, before my interest waned, partially because the plots were all kind of blurring together, but also I just moved on to other things. When my book group picked up Redwall as the next book, I was eager to read it again and curious if it would hold up as I remembered it. Well, as the star rating I gave it probably gives away, it didn't. When I was young, I didn't care as much about all the holes in the world building, content to forge ahead with the story and see how Matthias was going to defeat evil, Clooney the Scourge. But now, that world building is almost my primary interest in fantasy. There are too many questions that come up that annoy me for me to really immerse myself in the story. For example, what are the relative sizes of the creatures? Are rats twice as big as mice like they should be? No. Okay. First of all, who are you to say how big rats should be, or mice? They're big mice and they're small rats.
The Ratza Manhattan?
You got fucking regulations about rat size?
Fuck out of here.
Pizza rat. Okay. Or are they roughly the same size? Worse than that? Hold on.
This guy's insufferable.
Yeah, I mean, this guy is a really bad vibe. Okay. On the other hand, Julian the cat and Asmodeus the snake are the proper proportions. In one cart with a horse can carry Clooney's whole army, so I could never get a real handle on how the characters were supposed to look in relation to each other. First of all, that seems like a you problem.
You know who this guy is?
Totally fine.
You know who this guy is? He's the guy who goes to Olive Garden and orders the bruschetta.
Bruschetta.
Because it's culturally accurate.
Can I get a unlimited breadsticks? Speaking of the horse and cart, who built it? The horse Horse was born, my friend. Idiot.
I hate
You don't
this.
build a horse.
I hate this guy.
Okay. Who built St. Ninians? The church is mouse-sized because Clooney's able to smash the lectern while talking behind it, but the cart is human-sized because it can carry his army in it. Wrong. This guy's just a fucking moron. The wheels can't be as large as they would proportionally be because they're repurposed to be Clooney's siege engine, and that wouldn't make any sense. The abbey's big enough for 1,000 sparrow to live in it, but it isn't described as being human-sized with mice dwarfed within its halls. I suspect I'm supposed to just not think about it that much, honestly. My friend, correct.
Stop it. Turn your
You
brain
just got to
off.
move on, man. I don't think that's the point of this book.
You know,
Worse than that,
oh my
and a
God,
lot
there's
more obvious now,
I'm so bored.
is the extreme black and white moral essentialism that fills the book. All mice, squirrels, moles, voles, etc. are kindly and gentle creatures who only fight in order to save themselves and would rather spend their time feasting and caring for others. Why did he make that sound bad?
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
All these fuckers want to do is feast and care for others.
They're so nice.
Go get a job. Go make a loan and then foreclose on it. Okay. Badgers and hares are fierce warriors. Well, incorrect. Basilstag hare is actually a lecher. But they use their strength for good and so can dwell among the mice. On the other hand, rats, ferrets, weasels, and so on are evil to the core, unable to build or create anything good, and normally lazy and untrustworthy unless ruled by fear. Foxes are, well, they're honestly racist Romani stereotypes.
Okay, well, that's true.
Well,
we agree on that point.
Okay,
Yeah.
Listen, 1 point to
1
Brian
point,
from
Brian.
January 2, 2015. I think he's on something there. Sparrow are dirty and violent and fight all the time and speak only broken English and are pretty much the quintessential stereotype of the lazy, violent other who is always taking our jobs.
Well, that's reaching a little bit, buddy.
I just think he's gone for the completely wrong stereotype there.
Yeah, that was raw. That was off.
I feel no need to say what stereotype it is into a microphone, but it's certainly not that one. Except with less job-taking and more murder. And the way Clooney was written, it was all I could do not to add "R" me hearties after every line of dialogue he had. Well, yeah, he's a Portuguese rat. What do you come on?
What do you want from him?
What do you want? All of this immediately leads to the orc baby dilemma.
Oh my God.
Which also is hyperlinked in this review. Look at this. Go, dude. Maybe you should spend some time feasting and caring
Is
for
this
others.
like the killing baby Hitler thing?
Like, should you?
Right. If it's just evil, is it evil to kill a baby?
I don't know, dude. Is this like stupid trolley problem?
Yeah. I think it's something like that.
Yeah. I don't know. If Theseus was a ship and he had different parts, would he still be a ship?
He'd still be racist.
He'd still be a racist ship from Portugal.
How much longer is this
Speaking
review?
of, sorry, I shouldn't have read the whole thing. Okay, I want to get to one of the weirdest parts to their view, which is he's drawing sides now. He's saying that some of these animals should have been evil, but were actually good. Speaking of, I'm honestly surprised that shrews fall on the good side. Here's a quote from Wikipedia. Shrews are very active animals with voracious appetites. Shrews have an unusually high metabolic rate above that expected in comparable small animals. Shrews typically eat 80 to 90% of their body weight in food. Based on their biology, shrews are the obvious candidate for a conquering horde.
What? Come on, brother.
Did you read the book?
Horrible.
All these dudes are doing, all they're doing is feasting. And you said that one paragraph ago, and now you're mad that the shrews who feast are not evil? Come on, there's no fucking consistency in Brian's review from 2015.
First of all, Mr. Buzz Killington needs to get off his high horse.
God, can you imagine this guy at his book club?
This is the worst pass the joint candidate of all time.
Everyone's having a great time with Redwall. He's like, did you know that shrews have a really high metabolic rate and thus should be evil?
Yeah, I guess I have two practical counters besides just making fun of every part of that review. One is like,
fuck that guy.
Kids love structured books. Like it's the same Hank the Cowdog thing. I fucking love that. It's awesome. It's consistent.
Yeah.
And to your call, I'm calling back to another episode. It's like the Wes Anderson thing. The artist isn't necessarily getting worse. You're just getting sick of the artistic structure that he's putting forward.
Yeah, you just
aged out. It's
much
okay.
like Ambrose Spike, you had too much nut brown ale.
Yeah. And the second is that this is a cute book, and you should just read the parts that are inspiring and have fun with them.
Have fun, man. Think about the power of friendship and stop thinking about metabolic rate of shrews.
Like as a kid, there's some banger lines in here that are just good for development. Even the strongest and bravest must sometimes weep. It shows they have a great heart and one that can feel compassion for others. You are brave. Like,
Yeah.
young men should hear that. Like, that's good.
Yeah.
So get out of here.
When I have a kid, I'm absolutely going to read The Red Mist of Death to them.
Yeah. And I'm gonna read in the Clooney voice to my kid. Your kid's falling asleep. It's like 9:30. They're nodding off.
I'm going to bass boost all of their like little Einstein and shit so that it clips.
So good. But yeah,
Here's slowed and reverb.
I give your 1-star review a 1-star review. Get out of here.
Yeah, how about that?
Yeah.
I'm not going to read it just for the sake of time, but we did find one that gave it a 1-star review because it was demonic.
Which is the counterpoint
and
to
I
reading
somehow,
it in church.
Yeah, I somehow have less to say about that review than Brian's review. It's like, well, I don't think we're talking about the same thing here. I can't.
Weren't they? I think you were showing it. It doesn't the person who says it's demonic also say they like curse too much?
Yes, and the magic and the dreaming.
Oh yeah,
and
there's
stuff.
magic.
And then she like personally blamed Brian Jacques. She's like, I can't believe you wrote this.
What a sicko. Inspiring.
It's not like I found this personally. She's like, no one should have even written this. It's like, Jesus, man.
Oh, wow.
Censor the internet.
Yeah. It's no good. Burn it.
Yeah, take it out. Well, any parting thoughts on Redwall by Brian Jacques, A Sweet Man?
I think it was a joy to read. It reminds me to go back and read the books I enjoyed as a kid.
Yeah.
I think it's super wholesome. And I'm proud of him for writing it.
It's great going back and finding something you like and realizing that you were actually a cool kid with great taste.
Yeah, we were sick.
It's like when I go back, I'm like, damn, Switchfoot really was the best Christian rock band.
Girls thought I was super cool when I was reading manga in the hallway.
Oh, man. Flirt breathing, 10th form.
I used to check out manga books from Barnes and Noble from the shelves they're in and read them in the bathroom so nobody would see me. And I'd speed read it.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Man, do I not miss being deeply self-conscious about everything?
Yeah. That was
what
rough.
What a life that was.
That was rough.
That stunk.
Mm-hmm.
I remember one time when I was in kindergarten, my mom made me wear a turtleneck, and I felt like I looked fat. I was 5, and I still remember that to this day because I was so ashamed to walk into kindergarten with my very tight-fitting Gap turtleneck.
Yep. And every kid in your class remembers that today.
But they also made fun of me, and everyone called me fat. So
I can't.
It did actually backfire.
So funny if I can't. That is a little triggering because I can't wear turtlenecks because as a bald man, I just look like a little Venus head.
Who's that worm with the shirt on? That's really. Wait, there. Fucking Steve Jobs wore turtlenecks. He's bald.
But it's me.
Bald boy.
It's me. It's part of it. I think because I have alopecia, so I don't have eyelashes or eyebrows, so it's too smooth.
I'm sorry, I'm literally too smooth for this.
Yeah.
You got to show up with a poorly sharpied on beard.
No, it's
you draw on
one little vertical line on my head. It's all over.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so we're going to be back in a week or two with more Hadrian.
Yeah, we're Demon and White. We are in progress.
Yeah.
Just a little update on listeners. We are planning in our very ambitious selves to finish the Hadrian series and get caught up before book 7 is released this winter. We're going to try our best.
There's never been a better time to start listening to us.
We're going to cram some Hadrian down your throats over the next 4 months. Be ready.
Will we be complete haters?
No.
After spending 4 months with Hadrian?
We're going to hate ourselves.
I think he's going to beat me into submission. I'm going to end up joining his cult.
Yeah. I'm Team Cielson.
They seem nice. Everyone bites some necks. Come on.
We can win them over. It's just a grammar
thing. If they
thing.
kiss. Yeah, it's just a grammar thing. Come on. Let's come up with a new language that we both speak from scratch. We teach everyone Elvish. Problem solved.
And then we never bring up the language again because we're just at war.
Did you? Okay, I'm going to email Rocky now.
It's sick. But anyway, we're going to be doing a lot of those books. We'll have some other fun one-offs. Write us suggestions, feedback, criticism. We love hearing from you. And
Yeah, and if you like the show, subscribe. It helps us.
yeah,
And
send it to a friend.
give us a good rating. If you want to give us a bad rating, I would say just don't do that.
Well, yeah, you just pretend your mouse is broken. But
Yeah. Pretend your shrew is broken.
ooh, got him.
Oh, all right.
Bazinga.
Well, we'll catch you soon.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Welcome back. Coming to
Woohoo!
you from the future because
Whoa.
in our excitement about the friendly mice of Redwall, we completely forgot to do our Goose review.
It's crucial too. This was the whole point of your visit to New York.
I know, and we made some big promises at the start of the recording that we were going to have like timestamps for the Goose review, and then we completely forgot to record it. So, alas, here we are.
Yeah, this lets us cross post on the Jam Band subreddit too. So,
Yeah, thank you. r/jambands, r/Hadrian, r/Redwall.
Bring them together.
Target demos. So I've been jamming for a little bit now. When I say it's been since 2021, that feels like not that long, but it has also been a pretty heavy 4 years of jamming. So it's become
Why'd you
a
get
big
into
part of my
jam
life.
bands? As somebody who doesn't seem to be into them before 4 years ago. But you're a musical guy. You play
And
instruments.
if anything, like my musical taste before 2021 would indicate that I would not be into jam bands.
Right.
There is sort of like the more pretentious indie rock crowd and the Fish crowd don't often overlap. There's like a level of corniness to the jam music that is like intolerable for a certain type of music listener, and that would have been me. But if you just force yourself to listen to Fish about 10 different times, and then you go through COVID and you just have it on as background music, it will click. You can Clockwork Orange yourself into liking it. And I did.
It's such a weird way to fall in love with a certain type of music. It's like I forced myself to hate this for long enough that it became cool.
I beat myself into submission. But that like genuinely is what happened. I was like more intrigued by the fandom than I was by the music. I was so amused by the idea of people like knowing specific dates and specific versions of songs. It's like, there's got to be something here. And I just kept going long enough that I found like one thing that I liked, like one jam. And that was kind of all it took to unlock the rest. And then like was able to go to a show. It was in 2021 during definitely like the worst year and a half of my life by a decent stretch. And was able to escape my hellish job for 3 beautiful hours. And I don't know, I just like had such an unbelievable time at that show and was able to just like be in the moment and have fun and enjoy my life for a little bit. That it was like something I've sort of been chasing ever since. And that does make me sound like a drug addict, but alas, you got to have your outlets. You got to have fun in life.
You have to. I think it's interesting having seen some of the fandom. There's a pretty high prevalence of high stress corporate job people that really gravitate to jam bands. I think for that reason, it's like it's escape. It's a true escape. I mean, it's like a 4-hour set of music that you're just wrapped up in entirely.
And like absolute old man comment here, but I mean, I think one of the cool things about it is like when you go to these shows, like you really won't see a phone out. Like people are pretty locked into the moment and sort of the community for the entirety of that 3.5 and 4 hours. And it is sort of hard to find spaces like that where you can just kind of be in it, be completely in the present for like extended periods of time. And, you know, maybe you shouldn't have to pay $300 and go into a stadium and listen to funk to do that, but that's where we are.
Yeah. Strangely, it's like underground techno raves and jam bands are the two places to do that.
Yeah, they really are incredibly similar. Like we took a friend to a Goose show not too long ago, and he is an EDM guy, and he's just like, "Oh, this is EDM for wooks." It's like, well, yeah. I think you're right.
It's like
the experience is so similar, even if the sounds are not.
Yeah, and you've been to what, like probably 30 shows at this point over the last couple of years?
Yeah, thereabouts. Like I've seen Goose and Fish kind of upwards of 10 times each, and then like, you know, a bunch of Dead cover bands and Dead & Co. and stuff. So I'm at the point like where if a band is in town, I will go dip my toe into some of the C-tier jam bands, and I think I'm going to focus on the big ones for the
That's
time
fair.
being. But they're doing their
Yeah,
thing, They're all
they're doing
jamming in
it.
their own way. So you
I'm a
basically
I'm a
came
new
in
guy.
dry. Yeah.
I came in dry. Well, okay, I have a question. Is Trampled by Turtles a jam band?
There's like a world of jam adjacent bands that sort of pull
Mm,
in some of the fans, like Krungbin, King Gizzard.
okay.
Um, Trampled by Turtles probably falls into that category. And some other bands like Dawes, like gets a
Okay.
lot of jam fans. Anything where there's like some amount of soloing and extension, people get pulled in,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't consider them a jam band.
I guess, yeah, no, I'm coming in pretty dry. I think before this past year, the only even jam adjacent shows I'd seen were Trampled by Turtles and King Gizzard, but specifically the rock version, which I like.
Yeah, they
And
rip.
my first true experience was visiting you in LA and going to Billy Strings.
Oh yeah.
And you pull up to this parking lot, and it's just hundreds of people ripping balloons and just spinning around, having a
Every,
freaking blast.
Everyone who goes for the first time, that is somehow their biggest takeaway. It's like, I didn't know that there was a nitrous mafia and that 50-year-old men are huffing balloons regularly.
Yeah. It's like the guy in your little tie-dye t-shirt who just has 6 nitrous tanks for sale.
If you're
Crazy.
listening to this, there's probably some sort of boss at your company who has huffed a balloon this in the past 90 days.
Yeah. And I certainly wanted no part of that because I like
No.
my brain cells.
Yeah.
But I did have a pretty good time at Billy Strings. And then I think Goose was my first like proper show. Goose MSG, pivotal moment in the band, it seemed like. And
Yeah,
they
it's a big show.
played for a while,
4.5 hours.
maybe more.
They went well past curfew. The reports were that it was like $100,000 fine or something for the band for how far they went past curfew. But
But Pete Shapiro's paying it.
okay, you're in on the. There's some Goose conspiracy theories that they're like a jam industry plant, due to the help of a man named Peter Shapiro. I assume it's all BS, but there's some haters out there. So, well, with that said, what'd you think?
Okay, I had a great time. Overall, I had a great time. The lead up was fun. We met up with one of your friends who was awesome. The vibes were the vibes were so weird when we walked into MSG.
Oh my goodness.
So when we get into the entrance, it's really crowded, and there's all your typical Goose goers who, are wearing tie-dye shirts or whatever they're supposed to wear to this thing. And then there's groups of like packs of 12 drunk British dudes all wearing identical Lord Farquaad outfits or like
Some were dressed as
identical, like,
Pokemon. Yeah.
yeah, just ridiculous costume guys. And they're all chanting, like drinking songs and just are clearly messed up.
Like British
And I
soccer
remember,
songs.
yeah. And I remember we were looking at each other like, what is the vibe of the show going to be? Like, what
Yeah.
on earth have we gotten ourselves into? And all of them ended up going off to the left when we got in to go to the darts tournament, which was getting held at the same venue.
It is
So it was
so
interesting.
funny that the darts crowd was like 90 times rowdier than the jam crowd. We were
And then
like the
as
polite
soon as we,
adults in the room.
yeah, as soon as we went down our hallway, everybody was like, just a nice little conversational tone, buying a
Yeah.
couple beers here and there. Um, the merch stand was popping,
Oh yeah.
and we had great seats.
I
I would
I
say,
would push back on that and say we had terrible seats.
what?
We were so far away we couldn't see the band.
Well, yeah, but we know the reasons for that. It was for
Yeah.
camaraderie.
It was for camaraderie. Also, I think like a knock against this particular show was I think some of the fun jam people genuinely got priced out of this show because tickets were kind of pushing up into the 300s just to have a view of the band. Like it really got bad. I haven't seen anything quite like that.
Yeah, it was crazy. I mean, you could barely get a single ticket for under $200 in a nosebleed seat.
Yeah. Anything
Um,
under 200 was behind the stage, which
mhm.
is kind of a no-go. So,
Yeah, so generally you got what is probably a little bit, atypical for these shows, which is not a lot of people dancing truly, like not a lot of people in the aisles. Everybody's
Yeah.
kind of stationary in their seats and bobbing a little bit. But it was a packed house. I mean, it was truly sold out.
Yeah. That is one thing that I was missing is I think it goes without saying that Goose and Fish's crowds are not ethnically diverse.
Yeah.
Um,
This was
the
very
rumors are
corporate brand.
true. It's a lot of white boys. Um, but normally you get every type of white boy. You get corporate dudes, you get like true burnouts, you get guys like living in their vans and selling grilled cheese to try to buy a ticket day of. Unfortunately, we did not get that vibe here again, just because I think it was cost prohibitive. But normally, that is like half or maybe 80% of the fun of it is like watching this crowd of people who would never
Hmm.
interact and love each other for just like a little bit. It's just, and you just
Yeah.
end up talking to some real freaks. And it's unbelievable. But here it was a bit too well heeled for my taste.
Yeah, I get that. I think for me, though, having not experienced 20 odd Goose and Fish shows, I still really liked the crowd. Like,
Yeah,
we sat behind an older couple. They'd clearly been on lots of jam tours together, and it was just
yeah.
adorable. They were dancing and like having a great groovy time.
I
And then
think
there's also like two drunk corporate bros, two rows back that were like scream talking at each other for two
Yeah,
straight hours. It was like,
that was
okay.
tough. We also sat behind what I assume is the person who was having the least fun in the entire stadium. This lady pretty much heard the first note and was like, I'm fucking out. This is not
She
my
sat
thing.
down, opened up her phone, and started shoe shopping.
She was looking at like different colors of Adidas Sambas for 20 minutes.
And somehow she stuck it out for 5 hours.
Yeah, she stayed. It's just unbelievable. But like,
But the crazy thing is, I don't think she spoke a word to the partner that she was there with the whole time.
no,
They did not like communicate once.
I bet they didn't communicate that whole night. Cab home, I bet was
Maybe a week.
quiet. Yeah. After they
Uh,
dropped $350 on a ticket and she went shoe shopping.
oh my God, I hope he got what he needed out of that. But
But
yeah,
the
I mean,
music, how was the
musically,
music and the experience?
it was really good. I mean, first of all, they're incredible musicians. I loved like Rick rips on guitar. Peter
Shreds.
was absolutely slaying some keys. And in the first set, which was like a tight hour and a half, it felt
Yeah.
probably like standard or so. They had a horn section that came on that I really loved. They had like just really awesome funky songs. Like everybody was kind of dancing and having a great time. So I mean, first set for me was like high eights of enjoyment. I had a
Yeah.
great time. Second set,
We're two and
still,
a half hours in.
so we're an hour and a half. We got there 30 minutes early, hour and a half set, 30-minute set break. So we're already like a full Mission Impossible into the evening.
Yeah,
And
it's
I
like
also had
10
a
p.m.
sinus infection. So I've had a
Yeah.
ripping headache for like 9 hours. Um, they started the second set, I thought, pretty incredibly, though. Like some of the
Yeah.
songs were good. Redbird was my favorite song of the whole night.
Big song for
Um,
me. Not a great
it was
song,
really
but my
cool.
song.
I don't know why it resonated with me the most out of all of them. Um, and then probably like 3.5 hours into the show, at 11-ish p.m., they started playing the song Tumble. And they did not stop until 11:30 p.m.
It was 21 minutes. It felt like it was 21 days.
It was horrible. I lost all my vibes.
That is like the weird thing about jam bands is like they could make a set or a show as fun as they want to. They could have people dancing the entire time, but like ultimately they are all music school nerds and they have this like irresistible urge to play in like the Phrygian mode and turn on red lights and make horrible noise for like long stretches of a given show. And they
Yeah,
did
you could
that.
tell it was like three Berkeley dudes who want to play 5/7 tempo for 30 minutes to try to figure out what's cool.
And they tried to do that 3+ hours into the show, and it felt like they were trying to kill us.
Like people were sitting down in our section, like you could tell. You start checking like Uber prices home and stuff. Um,
Yeah.
and
It
then they
is
came
like
back. They played what Shamalama Ling Dong or something.
sure.
Yeah,
That's
that song was
close.
fun. It got close to getting me back on my energy level, but
Yeah.
yeah, it kind of sucked the air out of it for me. And then about 4 hours into the show, I was getting tired.
Yeah. It is like the weird thing about it because I feel like a crazy person when I'm explaining that there are good and bad shows. And most people, most sane people would be like, well, why wouldn't you just want a good show every time? And I don't know that I have a response to that, but the feeling of getting a good show is unbelievable.
Yeah, and we
But
got like three-quarters of a good show, in my opinion.
I agree. I agree. We got
Yeah,
like mostly good show. And then they tried to hurt us with Tumble. And then they tried to bring it back. But unfortunately, we were bleeding out. And there
yeah,
was no resuscitating us at that point.
yeah. But I mean, everybody stayed like fan-wise in that stadium till 12:45, like well after
Yeah.
MSG is supposed to close. I think it's what I saw online is that it's been, considered, I think, a big success in the
Oh, yeah.
community.
Yeah, it felt like
Um,
some sort of landmark because it is just like a much bigger venue than they'd played. And like it's their longest show ever. So yeah, it's
yeah,
like a milestone for the band. And
which is cool to be a part of. But I think I also can understand the other side of it, which is that like, why am I the person whose first Goose show was like MSG when there's
yeah,
people who've been following them grassroots for,
like
the last 7 years or whatever.
one of my friends went to go see Billy Strings, and there's been like this recurring bit online where they like track the data on how many songs he plays about trains. Yeah, they'll see like minutes per show devoted to train songs and all this shit. And then it became a bit. They're like, he should just do all train songs for a show. Billy got the memo. He did drop an all train songs set,
Oh my
like an
God.
hour and a half of only songs about trains, and that was the show that my friend went to for his first Billy Strings show, and it felt like he was watching a meme. And he wasn't even aware of the bit, but he picked it up. He's like, "Is this
He's like,
fucker
why are
always
these all
singing about
about trains?
trains? Like, what's up? What's
Why
up
is
with
there a
these
choo
trains?"
choo every song?
And then the second set was only songs about animals. So his takeaway was that guy's very good. I wish I had seen literally anything else like from him.
Would have been
Yeah,
great if it was my 15th show of Billy.
I know. It's
I mean, I think that's what's interesting to your point about like you get something new every time you go. Like you're not
mhm.
going to, I don't know, a Kesha concert or something where they're going to play their top 8 songs in every single city.
It's an interesting artist to pick there, but I guess she did just drop a record, so
I don't know. Still relevant.
she's on the brain.
Yeah. But like there are artists that have pretty large discographies and can, they can play a dozen different set lists over the course of a tour, but I feel like you generally get the same hits. I don't know. It's kind of cool to be at a show that's half improv, I guess.
Yeah, because it really is just a song, and then it sort of takes off. Like,
The
each
song's
song.
like 4 minutes, but then the overall song is like 16 minutes.
Yeah, yeah, probably that 10 to 20 minute range is like the sweet spot for this band. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, it is. But it is sort of a thrill when it works because yeah, it's like watching Cirque du Soleil at some point. It's like what you're doing is insane, and the fact that you're pulling it off is kind of thrilling. But they also might fall and kill themselves. So
Yeah. And it did feel like that a couple times in the second set. But
yeah,
I will say you were right. I was like, should we go out and meet some friends after the show? You're like, I don't think anybody's going to be able to go out after this. And you were
yeah.
the
I
most
don't
right.
know how because sometimes these shows will end at like 11, 11:30. It's like yeah, we could go grab a drink. It has literally never happened. There's something about just the sensory overload of those shows that just
Mhm.
like immediately sucks your battery to zero.
Yeah. But I think a couple of highlights before we go on too long of it.
Yeah.
I get the point. Like as a new person into it, there were times where I felt very in the zone. Like I was just not thinking about anything around me, totally focused on the music, having a great time. There are also sometimes it felt like slightly therapeutic. I was thinking about random things in life or coming
Yeah.
to kind of pivotal decision points in my head. And I'd look up and I'd be like, oh, I've been zoning out for the last 7 minutes. This is lovely.
Yeah. That was like definitely the experience at my first fish show. Was just like pretty much for the entire 3+ hours. It was either that like just totally locked in kind of no thoughts lizard brain, which, sounds stupid, but what is meditation if not that?
Right.
And then just like, I don't know, it reminded me of taking too many mushrooms at one point and having this feeling of like, I'm really taking myself way too seriously in life, aren't I? Like you get all tangled up and anxious about stuff that doesn't really matter, and it can help you sort of unwind a little bit and try to do a little bit of a reset. Have fun.
Yeah. But I can see how it'd be an emotional experience that you would want to go back and do many times.
Yeah. And there's like a ritual to it. I don't know. There's just something about like, oh, the band's in town. We're going to get the group together. We're going to have like a whole day together and do this thing. And yeah, like the older you get, the harder it is to like find those like special days. Right. And if you do have a group that's into this, it's just like a guaranteed 1 or 2 times a year where you can do something like fun, special, memorable together, which is like as big of a part of it as anything.
It's the power of friendship, man.
Power of friendship, just like Redwall, trying to tie it back
I was about to segue it right back into Redwall.
Oh, I thought you were alley-ooping me.
Well, yeah, but I wanted to alley-oop myself.
Oh, okay, off the glass.
Yeah,
Cool.
I'd miss the free throw and dunk it.
Well, so are we going to go to fish in Saratoga?
Oh yeah, we gotta look at that.
Are you in? Are you jammed out?
I don't know. I gotta see. We'll check the cows.
I meant like emotionally. Are you ready to try?
I'm ready to get hurt again.
Yeah, because Goose was slightly antagonistic. Fish at times feels like they hate their fans. It's not like the movie thing, like 1 for me, 1 for them. Their approach is like 8 for us, 1 for them.
I kind of like that. I kind of want to see pure selfish musicianship.
It is defiant music, and it's the weirdest thing that all these like fucked up wooks are into it because they feel like the most academic band that is popular. I just don't like. I can never square that. Like the sounds I'm hearing and how strange and dissonant the music is, mixed with really fucked up people spinning in circles with glow sticks and balloons.
Yeah. I mean, I think my happy middle ground is like a JD Beck and Domi. Like it's weird. It is like musically nerdy. It's like discordant and hurts your ears a little bit, but then
Yeah.
you're like, wow, these people are so incredibly good at what they're doing. And I just want to watch it.
Yeah. They can force you to have, I think that is like that sort of feels like a real goal of like any pop music. It's like the Brian Wilson thing. Rest in peace. God bless you. Like if you can make a pop song and hide all of the weird funk and jazz stuff like in it and sort of have it work as a pop song anyways, that's like an unbelievable accomplishment. It does feel like the jam bands can sort of do that where they're like, flexing their musicianship, but it does still fun on some sort of like visceral animal level.
I wonder if Rita Ora tonight will be a good jam experience for me.
Yeah, ask her if she likes fish.
Okay. Yeah, I'll talk to her for sure.
Maybe she, I don't want to, I'm not going to make any assumptions about Rita Ora.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what my favorite animal other than a fish is?
A goose.
A mouse.
Oh, I'm more of a shrew guy myself, given their tendency to unionize.
Oh,
okay.
God. Anyway.
Well, is that it for a jam review?
Yeah. Back to Redwall.
I'm going to make some editing happen and just probably end the episode here. So anyways, thank you for listening. God bless you.
Yay.